Oh, crash in front, to left, right.
Well, good morning, everybody. This is a terrible idea, but we're gonna try it anyway. Fuck. Albi. Bad.
What?
What?
They
just
restarted
restarted
the server.
Oh.
That's not going to sit well with a lot of people.
What the fuck?
Definitely wasn't reading the stream.
God, I'm not finishing, am I?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Main thing is you didn't hit anyone else.
Go right on the grass.
Yeah, go right, yeah.
Was it the curb?
Yep. It was the bus stop.
Are you any damage on the left, on the front right?
I think we're good.
I think it's fine. I just bounced a bit.
We'll have some optional suspension and stop, but that'll be it.
Sounded like a bus fucking ran over you.
I almost lost it in the wall.
Yeah, no, you did an excellent job catching that.
It was just the desk.
Nicely manoeuvred. Oh my Christ! Damage.
Oh yeah, like front, but
Okay.
that could have been a lot worse.
Oh my God.
You're right, Jimmy. They're going to restart it again, are they?
No way.
I missed. What the hell? I missed that.
It was the biggest pipe on MC I've ever seen.
Ridiculous.
It's about 20 cars all in.
They're still recovering. Oh my God.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
That was Euless as well.
Crash ahead, again. Rear, the other one.
Up. Oh no. Dan. No. What?
Oh shit.
Dude, we're gonna get disqualified. Dan.
Dan. Slow down, get back.
What the hell happened there?
I don't know, you got kicked off of the thing. And
Want me to come into the pits to serve it?
I think we're good.
You're on stream, Jamie. Don't fuck up.
Oh, don't tell me that.
If you do fuck up, make it really spectacular.
Yeah.
Well,
I want double digits.
Then never race an hour again. What you meant to do? This is great. This is exactly what I wanted this to be. As I see, this is sounding an absolute bitch.
I love those. I love it about Formula 1. It's half the time it's some old bloke like, oh no, it needs to sound like a 1974 DFV or I'm not interested.
Yeah, I just found out what the culprit was.
What was it?
You don't even want to fucking know. No, I'm just not gonna say.
That makes it sound so much worse.
Okay.
James.
It's James.
Hey, James.
Yeah,
Hello, James.
Hello, James.
James, this is Kazakhstan calling.
Give me 3 minutes, please. There's a fucking wine gun. Don't even laugh. Don't even laugh, mate.
Well,
What is
we
that?
know what the next car sponsor is.
Fuck's sake.
What is
I'm so
wine?
sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Let chaos begin. I'm just completely disconnected from you for a minute.
You got a slow car on the right. Car on your left. Go left. Clear. Slow car ahead. Car stopped ahead. Go right.
No, I'm not.
How did you do that?
Oh my god, Dan, that's the funniest thing.
This is trouble. Right, but don't take it.
The left.
Fuck. I don't like this.
In all seriousness, when I first got married, I spent a good 6 months being really entertained by introducing my wife as my wife.
So your current wife should... Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome along to another little iRacing stream. We're going to be back in the... we haven't tried these for a while. The IR-04s, the little F4 cars around Suzuka. To see... we can get back some of our iRacing. We were going to do some LMP1s. Or maybe some of the F1. But I noticed that I am now a B licence. Which I forgot. So we cannot do those races, unfortunately, until we do some minimum participations, and I haven't got any of the tracks this week, so we are going to do some of these races in about 15 minutes. So I'm just going to get out and do some quali runs, have a little practice. They are an awful lot of fun, these cars. You can push them quite a bit. They do have a limit. But you can be a bit more aggressive with them than the F3s, which I like. A cracking little car that iRacing added not too long ago. But like the F3s, they have a very damaging damage model, so there's every chance of this race not lasting very long at all, but we will wait and see. Really, we're just filling the time to F1 Manager tomorrow, which I'm incredibly excited for.
Clear on the left.
We will be streaming that tomorrow evening and most of Friday as well. For now, this will do. Unlike the F3s, we can actually see in front of us thanks to the transparent halo option. We've got an annoying little radio mast in the way.
Go left. You got a slow car on the right. Go right.
We should be fairly competitive in these as well, considering our rating's absolutely tanked, but we'll see. It'll be about survival more than anything.
You got a slow car on the right.
Not the one through there, fifth.
You have about 2
Hey Liam,
litres of fuel
how you
left.
doing, buddy? It has 4 wheels for now. I can't promise it will stay like that for the next couple of hours, but we can give it a go.
Car stop on the right. Car stop on the left.
I have to use some of our famous racing nows to get ourselves through the opening couple of laps. But after that, we should have some fairly decent pace, hopefully. Yes, they do like to lose wheels at a vast rate of knots, these cars. Which isn't ideal. We don't want to channel our inner Michael Schumacher at Spa, particularly. That guy hasn't got 4 wheels. There's always an F4 car somewhere that doesn't have the optimal amount of wheels. The repair bill is huge in this series. Not the one.
Go right.
They are deadly over the curves as well. Floor just hits it straight away.
You have about 1 lap of fuel
So
left.
easy to get sucked in.
Don't forget to pit this lap for more fuel.
So much fun though. Like that on the curbs. Just demonstrating that. I think we're out of fuel anyway. Yeah. It's only a quali run. Okay, we've got some decent pace then. So most of these guys are quite a lot more highly rated than we are. Now we've got 7 minutes, let's whack on the race setup. Which is probably better practice. It's got to get that glory running, you know. Exactly. Safety car liveries, as we found out yesterday, or Monday, are incredibly dangerous. Contrary to what they should be. Curving between the two Lesmos are incredibly dangerous. Degners, not Lesmos. Why do I always two secrets to corners? I always get Degners and Lesmos mixed up. Degners here, isn't it? We demonstrate how easily these go round at low speed when you're not concentrating. Bigger rate always freaks me out there because you hear the cars going under the bridge. And of course, they're not actually next to you.
Slow down. You got a penalty for cutting the course.
Okay, it's a bit trickier on high fuel. Forget how high these rev as well. Somehow got a better exit there. It shouldn't be possible with the fuel we got on board, but not going to complain. Oh, the Delta's comparison to our 204, wasn't it? You invalidated the 207. I just hate the curb sounds in iRacing. They're so janky, it just makes you think they snap the car in half.
Car stop on the left. You got a slow car on the right.
So.
Slow car ahead. Car stopped ahead.
Try and finish this lap if we can. But it decides we cannot. Okay, we should have decent pace though. If we can keep 4 wheels on the car. We are pretty much the lowest rated in the lobby, which doesn't fill me with confidence. Right, see what we can do.
You've got about 5 laps of fuel left.
Right, see what we can do.
Green flag, green flag. Okay, here comes your first time lap.
I haven't tried it since the update yet, Liam, but they have supposedly changed the handling model, and specifically the traction, haven't they?
You've got about 2 laps.
Yeah, hopefully they can get a full grid with some reserves staying. I feel like everything is set up for this game to be a lot more fun than last year from a league perspective, but we'll see. Maybe cosplay will help. Crossplay will help as well. Definitely not cosplay.
One more lap.
Ah, shit.
You have about 1 lap of fuel left.
We lost a fair bit of time at the final 2 corners. Hopefully we can make it up. Cosplay is my favourite drivers. It could be a thing. Be a unique thing from a stream point of view. We can have Rage put on a bald cap and cosplay as Mario Walker. That enough? Oh, it's enough for now.
Alright, there's checkered flag.
Fairly sure that'll be beaten. I'm really annoyed we mucked up Spoon. There's another couple of attempts in that. The moment looking good. Broadcast cycles for it. It was said by accident, but it's actually not a bad. Oh, we've been. It's actually not a bad idea. It's definitely unique. I thought we might be fairly competitive, and so far, we are. Well, a lot of times left still. Although, probably a lot of people not qualifying looking at. There's only like 30 seconds left, so. Might be on the old front row here, lads. That's worrying. That is a worry. It is always a worry, Liam. I can't remember if these cars are any difficult to get away as well. I think that's similar to the F3 where you can just dump it, but we'll see. Really, I just want iRacing because I know that we should be a lot higher than we are. We are on the inside, so that makes us Senna, right? I guess. Oh dear. Senna obviously thought that the pole position should be on the outside, which is why he was annoyed. I think that's right. Anyway, we don't want to foreshadow. Nothing like that's going to happen, we promise. I don't think so, Liam. So it shouldn't matter. I think if you did a full like league session and had an evolving track, then maybe. But no, it should be fairly even. As long as we get a good start as well. Oh, we are second, aren't we? We're not on pole. So the pole is on the left. Just where it always should have been. Because I remembered that. For some reason I thought we were on pole. And it'd probably be a good idea to remember there's a car on the outside. Lord save us, indeed. Pray, boys. Evening, Hardy. Thank you, mate. It's a long time since I've raced these, so... Here we go.
Green flag, green flag.
Not as good a start in comparison, but better than those behind. Decent, right, let's settle him. Oh, it's low grip on high fuel. Bit sketchy through spoon. Right, we're nicely in the tow. It's like Trevor's and Michelaj are coming with us. Give us that tow, come on.
The next car's the leader.
Yeah, I gathered that, mate. Cheers, shit, Jeff. Got a bit of respite now. Can afford to be a little patient. Let's feel this guy out, see if he makes any mistakes. Much better for his spoon.
Car right. Still there. Clear on the right.
Not having any of that. That was going to end in disaster. Got a bit of time, well, that does help. Michelaj. Close a little though. Oh. Nearly went there.
Right side.
Oh my
clear.
Christ. That was complete luck there, whether we made contact or not. Michelaj caught up as well. It's Trevor in P2 now. Let's not panic. This is lofty heights for us. Still no solo win in iRacing. Let's try not to think about that. We are winning suddenly. Try not to think about it. I think we've got the pace on Trevor as well, so let's just not do anything stupid here. I have a habit of having massive accidents at Suzuka as well.
You're in third.
Well, don't tell me. Race 20 minutes in, so 12 minutes to go. It's in the top left. I feel like we just need to keep pushing, because that's when I don't want to get complacent. Just concentrate on the track ahead. Push as hard as we can. Just gotta concentrate. Oh, halfway through. curb in the middle of the deck, and that scares the crap out of me. It'll just suck you straight off into the barrier. I was a bit too close. Scrubbing the tyres a bit too much now. Need to try and back it off. No. Bad car.
You got about 5 laps of fuel left.
Nearly there, lads. Oh. Yeah, cheers, mate. Just to put it into context, Spa 24 was my first iRacing road win. I have no solo win in 150 races. This is an appalling record. You might finally have a chance to break it. So you know, 2, maybe 3 laps. That's all we need to do. I've got some wood next to me. It's all good. That's from IKEA, so it's probably not proper wood. You would have. Well, let's. Yeah. I've read your first comment now. Touch wood indeed, but you would have been here for both. It's only taken like 4 years. He's catching us a bit because he's coming under pressure, but I'm comfortable with that gap. He can take another couple of seconds out of that if we need to. Alvaro behind him is very quick. So we can't afford to back off too much. It's going to be 2 laps then. Be a second and a half a lap if we need to. Oh, they're fighting, which is helping. They're apologising to each other.
Real nice work. This is the white flag lap.
Come on. 2 minutes. About 20 corners. Let's not fuck this up, for God's sake. Saw some smoke there for a minute. That worried me. Smoke again. Yes!
Go left.
Finally! Oh, that's taken a while.
You won. Why did the others bother to show up?
Never heard that message. Wow. That's what it feels like. Oh, it's taken... It should never have taken 150 odd races. But it has. Oh, wow. Why did they bother, man? But it was inevitable, right? I mean, if you had a racehorse that hadn't won in 150 races, the odds would be ridiculous. So, no one would have expected it. Oh, get in. I feel like we did it on pace as well. I think there was only like one guy that was quicker than us in that. Start was fairly decent as well, just kept in. It's tight. Well, F1's a bit of a different story, Liam, that's why I'm not that hopeful, but I've been enjoying F1. Where was the moment? The thing is, you could just tell he was struggling and having to push a bit too hard. Like, straight away. Here's the next lap. Yeah, you see, got wide there. That just put him under a bit of pressure. That would have overheated his tyres, and he still tries to take this flat out. God, just says, oh. I mean, that's netcode margin. When I said it was luck that we didn't hit him. Genuine luck. I mean, that could have been netcode. By such fine margins, races are won and lost. Wow. Okay. That's going in the replay link. Wow. Okay. Well, let's go get our second one, shall we? Let's register for the session. Some decent iRacing as well. So back up into the 1400s now. Yeah, probably them. Again, wrong t-shirt to be wearing for this one. I mean, I sweat profusely anyway, but when sim racing, it's not good. I had a choice of this or a light grey top that I could have worn tonight. Everything else is in the wash. That's what sim racing will do to you. It hasn't gone up yet. That will tick over to 2. Be 160 races and 2 wins. Finally there. Right, while that sim's loading up, we are going to go get a drink. I don't know if we'll do 1 or 2 more. We'll definitely do 1 though. So be back in a couple of minutes and we'll jump into another race. Right. Go again. Are you going to be getting F1 managers, Liam? No, this is a fixed race. Oh, the next one's at 8:45. That's not fixed. Okay. I guess we'll do a fixed setup then. Yeah, I saw that he was playing it. I might have to watch it later. The original, what, in terms of F1 Manager? I mean, I think it's going to be a bit different from F1 Manager, and I feel like we'll go over it tomorrow when we stream it. There's a lot of things that they've put in there that make a lot more sense than F1 Manager, and I think the graphics, like the graphical representation of the presentation, like the TV style is going to really help. But yeah, I'm trying not to watch too much of it. Yeah, I am indeed, Hardy. We're going to be streaming from 7 tomorrow and then all day Friday, 10 till 10 ish, maybe 11 till 11 or 12 till 12. I don't know, but 12 hours anyway. But yeah, I can't wait, man. Like, ever since they announced Frontier were doing it. Like, Motorsport Manager was good, but you had to mod it to get anything out of it. And the mods were so janky at times. So to have like an official representation, like the graphics that they brought forward, just make everything look and feel so much more professional. So I'm really looking forward to it. Best believe we're going to be streaming an awful lot of it in the next few weeks. You getting it, Hardy? And if so, who do you think your first playthrough is going to be with? Oh, the bloody Halo column's not transparent. Yeah, I noticed that. I was quite annoyed. Like, I pre-ordered it like a couple of months ago. You probably could get it a lot cheaper now, but hey, I'm fine with paying full price. I want to support it as much as possible. Frontier have so much potential as a studio to just keep developing it, keep moving forward. I don't know how I'd feel about a yearly one. I guess that's what they want to do. As like a proper sports series, but I kind of would like just a continuous developed one with maybe season updates, but I guess we'll probably be getting a yearly series if it does well. Yeah, enjoy it, man. Like, it's all on the success of F1 at the moment that we get like a full budget manager game that's official. I don't think we've had one, I'm going to say, since EA F1 Manager, which I think was like 98 season, 99. So the fact that we're now getting one and it's at the quality it is great for an F1 fan. Yeah, exactly. Every couple of years, but you kind of feel like they're going to want to do it every year. It's just what sports series do, right? But yeah, I hope it does really well, because similar to the Codemaster series, like they're going to be allowed so much more freedom with it if it does well. Such as creating your own team, maybe having teams with sponsors, and you know, some of the stuff that they've not been allowed to do the first time around. But hey, we can't judge it, we've not even played it yet. So we'll see how it is tomorrow. Aston or McLaren's a good shout. I can tell you I will be going with one of those teams. You'll find out which tomorrow. And whichever team it is, we have a very clear storyline and route we want to follow. Well, exactly, that's the thing. Like, Frontier aren't that kind of company, right? So hopefully they can continue to act independently and keep up the great practices they've had with Planet Coaster, Planet Zoo, Jurassic World, and Elite. Like, they're all fantastically supported games, and they normally have great communities on any of their games, so hopefully F1 don't meddle too much and just let them do their thing. It's a tad aggressive. Don't know, Lim. We'll have to see. Thumbnail's already done. Don't know which team we're going to be. We have to find out tomorrow. Might be McLaren, might be Aston. To be fair, I shouldn't have said it was going to be one of those two, because it would have allowed it to be a bit more open. But it will be one of those two. I did think about Ferrari, just to try and fix their strategy. But I feel like it's so easy to do a better job at strategy with them that we'd probably just win the title first season by a few hundred points, because they have the dominant car. Just have the strategy of a 12-year-old. These are the people that annoy me the most. Like, you just come out the pitch, you're on an outlap. Like, okay. I know it's a practice session, but like, and if you're on a flying lap, then fine. I'm not going to hassle you. I'll back off and carry it on. But when you've clearly just come out the pits in front of me, there's no benefit to you. It's a shame there's no Jensen button. Look, I think it's really good that we've got at least the F2 and the F3 drivers, and there's a good breadth and like all the reserve drivers. There's a good 80-90 drivers, which allows for a huge amount of potential in terms of like storylines and what you can mess around with. And it's supposedly all going to be dynamic anyway, so after 10 years in one person's game, the drivers will be at different ratings and different stats to the other. So even if we don't get classic drivers like Jensen Button, I'm sure we can still have some great storylines and make things with the current drivers. You've got people like Hulkenberg that'd be great to bring back into Formula 1. Have like a redemption arc for him. But classic drivers and like drivers from around the world is something that they could potentially open up to if it does well, you know. All for Red Bull. Oh, in terms of the season to come. Yeah, I mean, out of those two, I don't really mind who wins the championship. I just want there to be a fight, right? I want it to go a bit deeper into the season. Whereas if it carries on as it has, it's going to be over with 5 or 6 races to go. And it's not really what we want as F1 fans, and not what new regulations need. They need it to be close. Although the first year is always someone dominates normally.
Car stopped ahead.
Oh, we tried that. Nearly worked. Maldonado and Dover. I mean, it'd be great, wouldn't it? I mean, Frontier, from the strategy side, they've always been incredibly moddable games, so there's a lot of potential there for stuff to be modded in. I'm happy where it is at the moment. I'm sure in like a 6 months' time I'll be desperate for some mods, but favorite F1 car. I guess it's got to be the Brawn because of the season and button, but I think in terms of the one I actually like the most. It's weird whether it's car or livery, right? Because if it's livery, then it's probably the 91 Jordan. In terms of the car, in terms of what it achieved and what it meant to me, it's easily the Brawn, yeah. RB9. When was RB9 2012? First Red Bull was 2005, right? So RB8 would be 2002 or 2012, 2013? 2013, okay. Yeah, that would make sense. It's 8 years from 2005, isn't it? Yeah, I didn't like that era in terms of the way the cars looked. The racing was fantastic. Like 2010, 2012 were brilliant. 2010 the cars looked pretty good. The best looking era is still, like, for me in my lifetime, still the early 2000s. Like the 98 to 2002 cars just epic machines. Yeah, livery, it's got to be Jordan. Followed by probably one of the Lotuses or something in the 80s. Just that black and gold in general. And in terms of drive, virtually, it's 2004. Every day of the week. Those cars were just absolute madhouses. 98T, yeah, the turbo ones are like the Senna era of Lotus. Those things just looked amazing. And sound amazing. MP44 is 88, Hardy. It's a Senna Prost one, right? Which, yeah, again, it's legendary car, legendary livery. '88, yeah, exactly. Classic car. RB9, RB8 model. Sure, you can find one, man. Like, sure you can. I always want models. They're just so expensive, like, man. There you go. The Weber one. Vettel. Mini Champs one, 55 quid. $62. These don't have any bids on them either. Panini. Since when did Panini? They used to make stickers. I never knew they made models. And strict on second-hand stuff. I mean, oh, that's sick. That's his last race one. I mean, to say that's Mark Webber is a bit of a stretch. I'm sorry, but looks like there's a gorilla in the car. presume it looks better in person. Limited edition Brazil one. It's sealed. That's new. Like, that one's brand new. I've just taken the box off to show you. And the thing is, like, models, people will, or people, as long as it's not been played with, like, by a kid, like all my old Ferrari models, then it's fine. He does actually look like a monkey, I know. It's the worst modelling model I've ever seen. No space on the shelves. There you go. That's the real reason, isn't it? It sounds like you don't really want this model very much at all, Liam. Well, I always think it, and I always think, like when I'm in my 50s and 60s, I've got an office and stuff, like, and disposable income. At the moment, it's I'm wasting enough money on sim racing, let alone on models of cars. I've seen one Porsche, a Gasly Monza, Merc MG, and P1. No, I mean, sounds like you got a good collection already, then, mate. You can get the Red Bull when you can. They're nice to have. My dad's got the like the I think it's 1/8 Hamilton one, like the World Championship one. So I'm hoping I'll inherit that at some point. Oh, I need to turn performance mode off. There we go. If it was lagging, it should stop now. That mod was just insane. Like, it's almost like the size of my desk. Well, that's an exaggeration. Like 3/4 the length. Oh yeah, I forgot about the header. We'll do it for the race then. Well reminded.
Green, green, green. Okay, here comes your first time lap.
Yeah, F1 no, they can charge for it though, right? Like, I wanted the Lando one from the Monaco podium with the Golf livery, but they were like 100 and... We're okay? £150. Ignore that happened. And it's just like, yeah, I can't justify that. The F1 ones are always mental in comparison. I'm sure you used to be able to get like fairly decent models at like just toy shops, like back in 2000s, but I feel like that's not a thing now. They're just for collectors. So they're a lot higher quality, but they're just stupid money. About 60 quid. Okay. They've got to be 143s for that though, surely. Like the 118s, which is the size I would want, is like they're a few hundred more. Well, 150. CK models. Okay. Well, I'll take a look, man. Well, if the right ones are there, I might think about it. It's definitely a future need, I think. Not now. Right, let's try that again.
One more lap.
And try and go straight this time. Yeah, that's the other problem I have. It's like I know it's gonna be like a rabbit hole, right? So I know there's loads of GT, but I'd love to get some of the GT cars that we've done endurance races in, and I'd love to get MP1 and MP2 road cars. I already have a very expensive hobby in the form of sim racing. I need another one right now. One too many games. I already have to force myself not to buy more displays, and not just have my every square inch of the walls covered in that.
Chicken flag, chicken flag.
Okay. Considering we mocked up the first lap, P4 wouldn't be too bad. P5 now. Oh, there's slightly more people signed up to this, so I don't think we're bottom split anymore. It's a bit more competitive. Yeah, I would just... I would end up getting so many. I'll just get my couple of favourite cars. Favourite car and a favourite F1 car, and I'd end up with 20 within a year. Right, I think we are going to make this the final race. Because we're going to be streaming an awful lot the next 2 days. Tomorrow evening from 7 for some F1 Manager, and then pretty much the entire day Friday with F1 Manager. So, as you can see, I'm already pretty sweaty after that first race. For anybody just joining, we won our first road race, solo. We won our first endurance. Well, our first ever road win with the endurance 24 hours of Spa. But we have our first road win, finally, after like 4 years. So that's why I look like I've just come out of the swimming pool. We'll have one more race, and then we'll probably call it for this evening. 118 Verstappen, 2021 Abu Dhabi. We get some slack for it, but I mean, we're not going into that discussion. We've had it so many times. Everyone knows my views on it. But you can get any model you want, man. Like, if that's a special moment in F1 for you and for the driver you support and the race, all power to you. I have so much Button merch, Braun merch from 2009. People like Braun just because they cheated in the rules, and you know, halfway through the season their car was nowhere. And he was lucky to win it. It's like, don't care. For me, that's a special season, and like my favourite. So do the same for you, man. Right, here we go. Bit of a different picture. This one, not the front row.
Green, green, green.
Decent start. Duff car getting a good start alongside us.
Right side. Still there. Still there. Clear on the right. Car on your left. Clear on the left.
Racing now,
Car on
Smith.
your left. Clear.
You see it coming a mile off the throttle, switch back underneath. Job's a good one.
Left side. Keep to the right. Still there. Still there. Clear.
We're on the outside, boys. It's a different ball game now that we've got a win under our belt. Let's go. These cars are so much fun.
The next
Massey
car's the leader.
statue.
Not
How are you
including
price
your running
range?
second.
They might get cheaper, Liam. Like the released ones, they price high because they know that people will get them as like collector's editions, and then they start getting sold off like in the years following. So just be patient with them. Just wait for one to pop up at the right price.
Go left.
Well, that's how you turn a disaster into an advantage. Thought we were heading off straight into the barrier. Now we lead. This guy looks quick, though. Okay, Hardy, let's try and be a bit civil about it. This race is about to get sweaty again once.
You're in first.
Yeah, the stuff from Bahrain I've seen looks really good, Liam. Like, it's a frontier game, so like the artists they have available to them and like the graphics they normally produce are normally phenomenal. But I must say even for them, it looks really, really nice. The thing is, it's kind of like not the most important thing in an F1 game, in a manager game, but it does add so much to it. And when you compare it to something like Motorsport Manager, it's just night and day. Oh, he's gone. He's gone. I think we found our car, boys. It's taken 4 years, but iRacing have released a car that is perfectly tailored to us. Yeah, well, I mean, the key is it is called F1 Manager Beam and not like F1 22. But from what I've seen, there's like a lot of it you can... A lot of it you can automate. So like the practice sessions, you can just leave it up to like your team and the AI. Same with like the ERS management, you can just leave it to the driver and the engineer. If you just want that sort of cinematic, you're a team principal watching your team and just want to concentrate on putting the right drivers in, the strategy and like the and building the car, then you can do. Or you can micromanage every element, so I don't think you need to be intimidated by how much there is to manage, because I think you can still do it from quite a cinematic, like, chilled perspective. You're obviously not going to make as much progress as quickly, but if you've got like the right staff and people, I feel like you'd still do well. I mean, tune in tomorrow and watch me play it. And you can ask directly about stuff. How the world has changed. I'm looking at the camera and having a chat while we're casually leading an iRacing race. This would have seemed unfathomable 120 minutes ago. I think the difference is I can qualify these cars. I can actually get some speed out of them. Which is not true of almost every other car in iRacing. So we get to start in a decent position, not right back in the middle of the field. Well, that's the thing, like, it's not going to be as intense as driving in the F1 game type thing. And it is going to be a lot of faffing with the management and stuff. So, you know, watch some people play it, and if it's not, doesn't look like it's your thing, wait till it goes on sale or something, because it will do. And then see if it's your thing. It's going to be a very different experience. It depends if you enjoy stuff like, well, Football Manager's far more in depth, but other sports management games. I know what you mean. Like I jump between Football Manager and FIFA, and most of the time I'm playing Football Manager. I end up playing FIFA instead because it's more involving and it's quite frustrating to do all the micromanagement and them to have no massive influence over the actual game or race in this case itself. But I think Motorsport Manager changed that for me in terms of really starting to enjoy that involvement from a management point of view. But yeah, like the part building's incredibly in depth. It's not going to be as easy as just, you know, build a front wing, put it on the car, unfortunately. So I can see why people would be hesitant about that side of it. What a race. I get that. And you got the F1 game for that. Okay, 2 guys behind are quicker. Let's concentrate back up here. We're not going to just be able to take this to the flag. We're going to have to start pushing a bit. I mean, hopefully they will start fighting between themselves, but we can't rely on that. If they do start fighting, we might need to pull a gap, because the guy, Rodrigo, behind him is a good 7/10 quicker than us. He's past him and he's pushing now. It's going to be free to go after this one. Whoa, boy. Well, that's not helpful. I don't know how we held that though. Christ. right on us now, though. I don't know, we've got the pace to keep him off. He's into the 209s now. 209s, 202s. We just don't have that pace. Might have been a bit much there.
Right side. Still there, hold your line. Clear.
Okay, we have to get our elbows out here. We're a bit scrappy and we don't have the pace. Two to go.
Left side. Stay on the right. Car stop on the left. Keep to the right. Clear on the left.
Gave him space.
You have about 5 laps of fuel left.
Try and be a bit more chill through the deglers this time.
Go right. Car right.
That wasn't a bit more chill.
Clear on the right.
The accident really didn't help.
Car on your left. Still there, hold your line.
Oh, come on, man. Like,
Still there, hold
they
your
working
line.
together.
Clear on the left. Right side, clear on the right. Car right. Keep to the left. I need one more good lap. Clear on the right. White flag, stay smooth. The next car's the leader. Left side, clear. Left side, clear.
Do kind of need that music at the moment. Oh, not the spoon we needed. We got too greedy.
Still there. Still there, hold your line. Clear on the right. Right side. Still there, hold your line. Car on your left. Stay on the right. Keep to the right.
No.
Checkered flag, checkered flag.
He left me nowhere to go.
Job. Very good job.
Like, there's going to be a massive crash if we tried that. I feel like I did the same thing the lap before. Oh, what a race, man. That was a lot of fun. Oh, boy. Oh. Oh. That was intense. I mean, it all started at this final. Like, who did I message? I thought I messaged Portillo. It's all good, like. Take my gloves off, can type a bit easy. Oh, let's just watch that again before we finish. We almost went 3 wide going through there. KFC car ran a bit. Oh, he did actually lose it. He held it as well. What 360 that was. Oh, just on the curb. I feel his pain. I crashed out at Suzuka. 12 hours doing that. And then this last lap was just intense. Oh. I'm happy with this move. This was like, we gave him enough space in the final corner, and this was just, it's so easy to go wrong through here. Like, fair play to him, he gave the room. He could have closed the door there, didn't. Just sailed back through. I mean, two in a row would have been greedy, right? So. Jeez, fucking shaking after that. I love those kind of races, man. So much. Why does the stream always stutter when I go to this view? I don't know how to fix that. Just about stayed ahead, and this is where we got too greedy. We got too greedy in Spoon. I think if I click off, it works. That's a good enough gap, and then we get on the power too early out of Spoon. That's what gave him the chance. And yeah, he broke far too early. I mean, and then cheeky little Rodrigo gets back at us. That toe's not quite enough to get us over the line in front. It's tricky, like, so if you look at the new F1 rules, then you're not entitled to any space according to that. According to the new F1 rules, like, unless you're completely alongside, it's the right of that driver to completely cut across. And, you know, you have a choice there. Like, you either keep going and teach them, well, not teach them a lesson, but you're like, you know, probably wipe you both out, which is probably then going to be blamed on me as the car behind. Or you class the curb and take the L, which is what we did. Rodrigo's a lot closer than I thought, and fair play to him. You know, he came back, but that was an intense race. I would agree with you, Liam. Like, I don't think it's just going to create so many more issues, and it's not fair to both drivers, because that new rule means that that any driver can just squeeze out and plead that rule, essentially, and it gives no weight to the guy attacking. You're so much more compromised as the attacking driver now if you can't. I think what you almost see is maybe an adaptation of people going even more aggressive, in terms of they go so deep into the corner so that their car is alongside. They're never going to make the corner unless the other guy backs out. But then under the new rule, they have to give you space. Whereas before, you would sort of keep a little bit of your car alongside so that the car has to then give space, and that's where they lose the time for you to go through. I think it's very unfair, to be honest. I don't understand why they've changed it, but in that situation, I mean, I would have done exactly the same, probably. Final lap, like, you're not going to give the space. Well, it'll be interesting with S6, and it's going to be very tricky for the stewards. I don't know who's going to steward this season, because I'm racing this one, so I don't think I can. But yeah, it's going to be really tricky to, like, if they're going to use the official F1 rules. The F1 game is bad enough, like, in terms of people just cutting across back on corners. If we're going to use the F1 rules, and if only a part of the car is alongside, you have to back out, then it's going to make it so tricky to police, and it's going to be quite messy, to be honest. But we'll have to wait and see. Right. What a fun evening of iRacing. That's the most fun I've had in this game, non-endurance, for a long time. that was great. Thank you, Liam, for sticking with the stream and chatting and interacting. It always makes it more fun to do, and Hardy as well. We will be back with some F1 Manager. Finally, launch day tomorrow from... Now, I'm playing golf tomorrow, so I don't know. The game releases at 3. If I'm back in time, we'll start at 3. If not, we'll start at 4. Maybe 5. Depends what time I get back. But I would imagine 4 o'clock. And we'll be going most of the evening, probably till 12 or 1 o'clock. And then we'll be streaming all the Friday as well. So if you want to check out the new F1 Manager game and ask some questions about it, see what it's like starting off, see how we get on testing our metal, and anything you want to find out about the game, then tomorrow is the time to do so. But thank you everybody for watching. And we will see you again very soon.